Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Shibo. Today is Sunday, January 12th, 2025. Hello and welcome. Okay, so how have things been? How have things been going lately? I'm tired. I'm not sure why, I'm just feeling tired today. For whatever reason. Just tired lately in general. It's probably the cold weather. That might be it. Making me feel sluggish just from the weather. It snowed the other day, night before last. Some of it stuck onto the ground. There's actually still some on the ground. It didn't really stick to the streets. However, all of the snow that was on the ground and on the trees melted yesterday, leading to water in the streets. Of course, today leading to ice in the streets. So there's some ice on the streets as of this morning, but that will quickly go away as the temperature is not staying below zero, below 32, I should say, below 0 C, but below 32 Fahrenheit. Not going to be below freezing. So, besides that, printing, 3D printing. You may notice behind me, on that side, I've got some new display stuff back there. I have designed a new style of stair stand. A new style for my stair stand. This one is pure vertical, and it has walls on the side for everything but the original Nintendo one. So they've got actual little walls. They're real slots now for these. They look nice. And they are now for sale. Up to 5-slot versions for Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, original Nintendo, and Super Nintendo. Those are the 4 variations I currently have available. This chair. I needed to lock my chair so I'm not leaning all of the way back. Not like it helps much when it's partially broken. It still goes back quite a ways, even when I have the like pin locked under it. Not go back. But yeah, so that's new stuff back there. I originally had a version of that, and still am offering a version of that where all of the cartridges are slanted to display at an angle by about 30 degrees off vertical. So the angle between vertical and where they are, this angle is 30 degrees. So yeah, is nice. Is nice to have the angled and the pure vertical now for these. Now I may make one for the EA Sports style Sega Genesis cartridges at some point. The issue with that is, well, the angled version, I don't think I've ever sold a single one of the angled version. So I'm not exactly inclined to make it for this version that I just made. But I will anyway to have additional listings, because I need more listings on my shop. Even if they're not going to sell, I still need the listing count, because it's a good thing to have more stuff on the shop. More unique things on the shop is good. Speaking of which, at some point you see the amiibo up there. It's on a 3D printed base. It's on a 3D printed base. A very long time ago, I designed this like shape of base, and this one's actually elevated. This is like a second tier version of this, but I do have bases that's supposed to fit and work with Amiibo. It's just I was never particularly keen on actually listing it because I wasn't that confident in what the quality would be like on actually printing it. That being said, maybe. Dang it. Maybe I'll list some Amiibo stands just to, of course, have more listings. This is the Super Mario Brothers 30th anniversary, the colored version. I forget if I still have the like original NES colored version of that. I forgot. I have very few Amiibo remaining because I kind of sold the extreme vast majority of my Amiibo collection. It's unfortunate that I had to do that, but I needed the cash at the time. Same with a lot of these cases are empty. That all of these cases up here, these are empties, and you know all the N64 ones that I moved for all the Pokemon games. Yeah, they're empties because I've had to sell all of them. That I did that like, you know, around the 2020 time period for maybe obvious reasons around that time frame. So on my agenda, on the to-do list or to-buy list is to recover all of the missing games. Now, of course, those over here, I still have some Pokemon. Particularly, I have the Japanese. I have the Japanese Gen 1 cartridges. All 4 of the original Gen 1 cartridges. And I have Pokemon Silver. The reason I never sold Pokemon Silver is that screw back there. There's a little problem back there. You may see the tape up here. I damaged the case of this. I damaged it because at the time I needed to get into it to replace the battery, and I didn't have the tool to unscrew it. And what I did was dumb. I took a soldering iron to the screw and melted the plastic off of it. And yeah, it kind of destroyed the post inside as well on both sides of this. So yeah, that was why this one was not sold. That was why. It still works. It's just ugly now. But it still works. And it's mine forever and ever and ever. But you know, on my agenda is to replace all the games that I was missing with all those empty cases. It's just that's going to be a lot of money to replace all of that. That's going to be a hell of a lot of money to replace all of that, especially when there's cases not even up here for the stuff that I had in original cases. Such as Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I am not looking forward to replacing my copies of Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver in the wide packages that included the Pokewalker. Those, to get in box with the Pokewalker, was well over $100 each. Not looking forward to replacing those anytime soon, but maybe some things. Then I also have to ask myself, am I ever going to actually touch them if I replace them? But, I don't know. I don't think I actually would. So then, why would I replace them? If I'm never going to touch them, why would I replace them? It's just back and forth, back and forth. There's better use for my money than to buy things that I'm never gonna actually play just to have it behind me. Anyway, that's the, like, real life updates. Games? Gaming? Hawkeye Star Rail, I've done most of the stuff that I wanted to do, I guess. I am at a point I've done all of the main story type stuff and side story type stuff. It's just side quests and certain stupid minigame mechanics that they've added in these past few patches that I really don't want to engage with all that much, because I find them to be mostly pretty boring and tedious and not real gameplay that I'm here for. Not the gameplay that I'm playing the game for. You know, I find it annoying sometimes. They add all these stupid mini games and game modes that it's not why I'm here. I'm not here for that. I'm here for the game that I came for. The turn-based combat video game with good graphics. I'm not here to play Bejeweled. If I wanted to play Bejeweled, I'd play Bejeweled. If I wanted to play some visual novel, I would play a visual novel. If I wanted to play a princess raising game, I'd play a princess raising game. All of these things they've added into Star Rail as, like, side like minigame type things. Like, no, I don't. That's not. No, why? Why did you do this? This is an utter waste of resources that could have been spent on actually making content for the game, good content for the game, not this garbage. Anyway, stuff things. In a few days, they will release version 3.0. That'll be maintenance will start on Tuesday for that, and late at night, it will be live with a whole new region with a lot more quests and a lot of more resources to go through and collect, so there'll at least be the content I'm here for coming. More of the content I'm here for coming. Anyway, so that's pretty much that. Game, Ostranauts. I should talk about Ostranauts, because I'll go to this screen, because this is going to be a relevant conversation. If anyone skips past the intro section, you'll at least be here for the relevant Ostranauts updates, in that the game itself was updated the other day. 2 days ago. 2 evenings ago. The game itself had an update. First one of the year. And in this update, the developers changed how the game handles a specific type of file in the game. They made it require an additional element. An additional true-false statement is now required for every line in the conditions simple.json. Conditions_simple.json. So every single mod that contains a conditions_simple.json file was broken Every single one. Until you update this file with that additional, like, false statement in it. I have done this. This actually led to a lot of posts on the official Discord. There was a lot of conversation on the official Discord about it. And some of the mods have been updated with this fix, but not all of them. In particular, the FFU Beyond mods that need this change have not officially been updated yet. Specifically, it would be the EVA suit mod and the storage rebalance mod. They have not been updated yet officially, but you can go in yourself and modify the conditions_simple.json files in those mods to tack onto the end of each line quotation marks, false, and then a comma after the quotation mark, the end quotation, until you get to the last line, at which point on the last line it'll have like normal, it won't have a comma on the very end, so you add a comma, add false, and then you don't put the comma after false in its quotations. And you do that for every mod that has that file, pretty much. And that will fix it. And it will be fixed. There was one person who reported having an issue loading their game where it glitched out on loading a ship. I do not believe that that actually has anything to do with the mods that they're using right now. Not as a direct result of the mods. It may be a result of how the game is handling a mod, or some other issue. I don't think that the issue is related to the update precisely, but I don't know exactly. All I know is that it seems to be a very, very isolated incident of one person having a problem loading their save with the EVA suit rework mod, with a some corrupt vessel that it won't load when they have that mod enabled. But it apparently will load without that mod enabled, which doesn't really help matters if they had that mod going through their save. Who knows, maybe it'll get addressed at some point in some way, shape, or form. I don't see how the mod would cause that issue. Or how the mod itself would cause that issue. I think that it would be more on the game code side of things that can't be touched by the mod authors directly. And it's just a weird edge case that the mod brought up for them. But I don't see it as something that the mod itself would be able to fix. Unfortunately, I don't see it. Anyway, we're in the game. The game has loaded. We've got all our mods. Everything is here. There were also some people complaining about maybe mechanical the coffers not working or not having stuff. Well, they're working for me. Everything is here. There's no missing stuff. Stuff hasn't been ejected from the boxes and stuff. Everything is fine. Everything is awesome. And as I said, the game updated, so now the tooltips, well, they actually have smaller font now. The tooltips have smaller font now. So that's neat. That's convenient. That helps a little bit by not having it take up huge swaths of my screen. What else changed in this update? I actually have to bring up Steam here. So in version 14. Is this the most recent? No, that's not even. Alright, 14.2.8. Yes, 14.2.8 from January 10th. So, new in this, holding the Alt key, left Alt key, will show you interactable objects around you and show you tooltips. So it looks like... Really? Huh. Right and left bracket control game speed. Cool. Brackets control game speed. Great choice. That's likely adjustable here. Tutorial step to highlight the new alt feature. Yeah, I actually have disabled tutorials now. They don't even show up when I start a new game anymore, which is ideal. It's nice. They suck. I don't want to go through that onboarding procedure every time I start a new game. Loading a save game no longer uses a hard drive temp folder. It opens straight into memory. Cool. Some stuff with redacted has been fixed/changed. List of hull items in the PDA menu. So in the install app, in the hull, we now have floors and walls and doors at the top. Including the access hatch and the temporary wall sealer. Those are all now at the very top of the list, which is something that I have brought up in the past as something I would like to see. So that's something that I have suggested in my series that I have brought up, like, hey, floor is near the top, wall is really far down. It sucks that I have to scroll so far down to get to the wall, generic wall, every time. So now we don't have to scroll anymore to get to generic wall. And they're nice and up at the very tip top of this. What else? Humans no longer get floor bump maps applied to their bare legs and arms. Whatever the hell that actually means. I don't know. Power vision lines no longer get stuck on screen when switching ships in the ship editor. So ship editor change. Racks no longer block light/cast shadows. So now, in the vanilla game, you no longer need a mod for this. Racks no longer cast shadows. Good! I'm still using my mod that gets rid of the shadows, but because it affects more than just racks, they only changed racks with this update. I personally don't want anything at all that I have installed to cast shadows, full stop. Besides, like, walls. Walls are okay. Walls casting shadows, I guess doors casting shadows. Those types of obstructions, fine. But anything else, no. Like, I want to change the tanks to not cast shadows either. Because the tanks, the big tanks, they cast shadows. I don't want them to cast shadows. I want a mod to remove the shadows from the tanks as well. The bed casts shadows. Sleeping bunk, yeah, this thing casts shadows by default. The mod that I'm using gets rid of the shadows cast by the sleeping bunk. Now, the bunk itself also emits its own lights. It's just, it was odd that it also blocked light, cast shadows. And it should still be like that in vanilla. Let's see, stacks of items will no longer disappear if something inside the stack changes damaged state. This fixes, I would think, using hygiene packs, deleting the full stack of the hygiene packs. So there was a bug if you had stacks of hygiene packs where you could end up losing the entire stack when you use the hygiene pack, because I guess it technically converts the damage state of the hygiene pack to destroyed, so it would give you a unit of trash for destroying that item, but now it should be, and that was deleting the entire stack rather than the single item. So now it should only remove the single item when you use it instead of the whole stack. Stack item counts. Update in the inventory correctly now. Whatever that means. I don't know what was wrong before. Stack item counts. Update in the inventory correctly now. Okay. The version of flirting that is a reply no longer uses the same name as the opening flirtation move. Okay, good. Mega Tooltip gets a visual overhaul. I guess they made it a little bit smaller overall. Something was updated with this, like they may have changed the colors of the tags here. It now apparently correctly shows human faces again. Cool. Fantastic. It apparently shows human faces again. UI tips reduced in size. Yes, we've seen that. Several items had descriptions added or fixed, and deleting a save file on the main menu. Save list will no longer throw a null ref. Great. So, that was the patch. I don't know if they've managed to fix, because it wasn't directly mentioned, inventory. Open. Open, please. I hit I, and the game is hung for about 30 seconds, which is great to have mechanically. But anyway, don't know if they fixed the drag and drop issue, ending up with an error from drag and drop. They have not added this yet. Loading directly from the escape menu, coming soon. Still coming soon, quote unquote. Let's see, we're at this wreck. We've done everything we can at this wreck, I think. Have I done everything that I wanted? Someone did bring up that you can actually just go to a control panel. You can go to the control panel of any of the pumps and it will highlight. It'll highlight on here all of the stuff. So here we can see the CO2 alarm and the O2 alarm, and those are the only alarms that exist on this ship. So if we need to actually look for certain alarms, I can go up to a pump. Can I do it on my own ship? That's a great question. Will it highlight stuff on the other ship? Yes. So I could just go to one of my pumps on my ship and see what's on the other ship. Cool. It technically makes it faster to find them, so you don't have to go hunting manually. Yeah, so the alt thing only shows you interactable objects within vision radius. It only highlights what's interactable. If you know what's interactable already, then it doesn't matter. Still though, brackets controlling game speed? That's probably been there the whole time. Who the freaking hell thinks about using brackets to control game speed? Not me. You see, game speed is plus and minus, but no, they've made plus and minus control zoom. Plus and minus control the zoom level on the keyboard, rather than the obvious time speed. Anyway. What am I doing? Eating? I'm eating. Thou shalt eat. You do not need to drink. In fact, if he doesn't need to drink, I physically cannot drink with the mods that I'm using. Brush teeth. Oh yeah, and another thing about mods that came up in the past couple of days, with all these updates that needed to be made because of the change to the conditions simple.json. It's brought up people talking about other issues, and one that came up was the hygiene station mod. Someone said, "Hey, I have not found this yet in a shop," and the mod author was like, "Well, it's guaranteed to show up in the furnishing shop at OKLG." But they don't use FFU Beyond Reach, so if you have any other mod that replaces it, you wouldn't be able to see it. Of course. How am I able to see the price of things? You only see dollar signs? You need to get the stat. You need to get the trait for business administration on character creation. You need to be skilled in business admin. This very specifically will show you the base price of the items. Otherwise, you will only get an estimate. As far as I'm aware, there is absolutely no way at all to get the business administration skill after character creation. It is something that you must get during character creation. The only things that you can get through books are the engineering skills. Only the engineering skills are things that can be trained through books. And I guess hacking, technically, as well. Okay. Am I ready to move on to another wreck? I think so. Also, apparently, someone was saying that you can't actually uninstall these batteries, or you couldn't actually uninstall these charging stations for the dual progression mod. Someone was like, "Hey, have you fixed this issue yet?" And the mod author was like, "Well, no, because no one's ever reported it. Like, you kind of have to report issues if you expect them to be fixed." Duh. Anyway, I have not had issues after doing those manual edits to condition simple. In fact, I didn't even attempt to load the game before making those edits. I'm actually going to go here. Oh, there's one out there too. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go that one that's further away. There we go. I think I've missed this. Okay. Move. Hopefully this guy won't move. Yes, I know, game. Alright. Off we go. I should use the, Oh, no longer has power on a thing. Oh well. There really needs to be a key to go straight to ×1. I mean, having the brackets control back and forth is fine. Ultimate, like, in the grand scheme, it's fine. Like, whatever. I need one to go back to ×1 directly. Like, there's no point having a button without a hotkey. And everything else has a hotkey. They likely also have not fixed this issue with the docking. It didn't happen this time, but you know, sometimes there's stuff that doesn't get reported in the patch notes. There we go. Come on. What do we got? U. 1-0 again. Okay. No pirates. Not this time, anyway. Alright. What's here? We has a worthless cryo reservoir. Cool. Field coils that are damaged. A damaged MHD. Wonderful. And that's it. For installables. Okay. Well. What's in the racks? And let's look at the stuff here. So there's an O2 alarm. And that's it. Great. Now I know not to look for a nitrogen alarm that's not there. Ah, yeah, and my thingy is dead. Alright, what's in the racks? Nothing! Nothing's in the rack. Great. Now, have they... fixed drag and dropping. Oh, is that full? It is not. So therefore they have not fixed drag and dropping. That's exceedingly annoying. The bug, of course, being that there are still available slots in a stack to add to the stack, but it won't do it through drag and drop. Drag and drop won't append to a stack when there's no slots available, no empty slots available in the container. You have to open up the inventory and drag it directly to the inventory to the specific stack you want to add to, which is dumb and annoying. Not like I really need aluminum at this point. What I always need is electronic parts. Alright, Rax. Save me. Be my savior. Well, that's going to be a nope. And that's going to be a nope to that issue being fixed. That's still bugged. Woohoo. Ah, motherboards. We'll take all of you. Pair you. Also, no real performance issues, like fixes this update, which is also a little annoying. Repair the fusion coils. I'm not... They still haven't fixed the dang pathfinding with these either. I don't like the field coils all that much. They're not worth enough, frankly. The value per slot on these is very, very low. One of the worst of the items in the game, frankly. Don't know why I'm even bothering. $4,740 times 2, but still 4,740 for 9 tiles as an oversized item. That's absurdly low. We got a gun. Okay. Anything valuable in these? No, I wanted the door. I'll take that. Yeah, take that. Well, I think that's all the stuff. Yeah, that's all I'm taking. But this place was a bust, mostly. You know, I'm actually gonna put these extra ones in a bin. Get out. Get out. Eat oot. Oh, there's something up there. Do I take my chances? Go out there. Well, this will take a minute. 20 of them, in fact. I could go faster, but there's no point. As long as no one else is heading here. I have had that happen before. I was heading off to something a little bit further away, and then one of the other ships decided it wanted to go there and got there before me. Now, if you still want to go to that ship, you have to hail them and tell them to come to you, and wait for them to come to you, because they will undock and come to you if you request it. Almost there. Kill that cross velocity. Pirates exist. It is not a matter of if but when you come across one. Just like it is also a matter of if not when, or when and not if one will decide to want to dock to you to try to wreck your day. Have a solution to pirates and you never have to worry about them. Like, have a weapon, and you'll be good. Like our first pirate, I killed with just the tactical knife. Um, lamp. There you go. Oh, it's an Athalan. No, it's a. This is a Zaria. This is a Zaria ship. Yeah, Zaria Chariot. So this is the vodka ship. We've seen a lot of them as time has gone on, because there was that issue with the rarity. The odds of it to spawn was like 10 times higher than it should have been. Order of magnitude higher. 2 orders of magnitude higher. Actually, it was no, 1. It was a 20% and it should have been like a 2. It was 24% when it should have been it should have been 2.4% to spawn. Anyway, do you have any N2 alarms? No. No nitrogen alarms. Great. 2 O2s and a CO2. I have been attacked a grand total of 1 time in this entire playthrough. And that happened at the end of the stream before last. After I said during that stream that it was kind of odd that it hadn't happened yet. And sure enough, that's when it happened, was that stream. Oops, wrong one. I will gladly take these repair items. And why, yes, I have been avoiding, like the plague, changing the graphics on these in the more recent ones. Yeah, good luck with second crew members. They're pretty brain dead. They get hurt just by existing whenever you try to move your ship. And I'm not going to gimp my ship's performance by reducing the throttle. Like, that makes 0 sense. I don't want my trips to take longer just because I have people who refuse to sit down. Interesting. Interesting that this does not reflect the value of the water inside. Hmm. Alright, over here. What's in these racks? Nothing of value. Of course. What's in this rack? A basic suit. And a civilian helmet. Well, that one I can restore. That one's valuable enough to take. Yeah, 5k for a slot. That's pretty good value. But this for 2 slots, not really. I always forget if there's anything like outside on this ship. I don't think so. What is in here? Aha. I'll take you. They're fine-ish. Pry open the crate. It has nothing. Beautiful. Pry open this crate. It has motors, which I don't need. At least not a motherboard. And how are we doing here? 2 parts. Not destroyed. Cool. Or not broken. Just restore. Neat. Next. Oh, I am full on motherboards. Sweet. Not anymore. As it turns out. Repairing the laser capacitor requires using a motherboard, or several. Yeah, having the time speed not available with my left hand basically means that it does not exist to me. Like, having it be left and right bracket like that, it does not exist. I'm not going to take my hand off of my mouse. And I'm not going to move my left hand off of WASD to get to them. The window for ground went away. It should be here. Should attach there. Alright, so there's a battery that's pointless. went through the middle. Ah, more cooler. Store that. I said. Game. I said to restore. Wow. The chair was in the way of the cooler. Ah, a storage bay. One of the two is here, at least. That is nice. What do you got? You have some flooring in you. I'm gonna take all of that out. I will uninstall you. I cannot take you with me, unfortunately. Not with the hyper handy. But what I can do is I can put the hyper handy in you and drag you with me. That rack is empty. That rack is empty. And 2 is not valuable enough to take with me. However, I'm going to anyway, just in case, for emergency fuel. Aha! A Hydra. Now I'm absolutely taking these things with me. Glorious Hydra. Alright, uninstall you. Uninstall you. Backpacks with nothing? Hello, things. How many heat sinks do I need? Apparently, not that many. Alright, that's all I needed from you. And then up here's all the vodka. All of the vodka that you could ever desire. So much vodka. This is the vodka ship, of course. Okay, I think I've gotten everything from here that I want. The vanilla storage bay is a lot smaller, and I don't think it can put a equipment trunk in it. In vanilla, also the equipment trunk wouldn't even be able to take any oversized item. Full stop. There's just a very specific thing with this mod that makes it so that it won't take storage space specifically. Although, I guess the vanilla Hyper Handy does accept oversized items and would be able to take storage bays. So you'd be able to put a storage bay onto a vanilla Hyper Handy, I think. Maybe. So I'm pretty sure it takes oversized items. If you can find a standard hyper handy, you could use my mod. Makes it a little bit more accessible. Now you can put bays in bays, so that's what I've just done. I've put a empty bay in a bay. Because in the standard game, the hyper handy is not accessible around OKLG, in the OKLG area. That's the one that needs to get put down. Actually repair it, store it first, and put it in there. Have I stated that I was going to start selling these anytime soon? I don't think so. I think I'm still installing these for the foreseeable future. Okay. Also, my ship still needs additional repairs, so may as well let them get going, keep making additional floor repairs. We have the best of the tool progression mod tools, giving us the best speeds here, and we have all of the engineering skills that are relevant. So this is, and I have set it so that the multipliers are not capped, so these are the absolute best that we can achieve in the game. Maybe it could be more. Actually, it could be more. We can go higher, but it will require doing a few things, including hugging the Blahaj plushie. Go up. Time to snuggles. Blahaj is another one of those mods that needs to be updated for the Conditions Simple mod. But yeah, so your mood affects your work speed. Pretty much. It's a very minor effect normally, but how heavy is my game modded? Very. Short answer, very. I am running 25 regular mods, plus at least 1 or 2 BepIn ones, a few BepIn mods as well, plugins. You made the mods yourself, not all of them. Not most of them. They're available on the official Discord for the game. Go to the official Discord, that's where most of the people share mods. As for mods I made brighter lights. That one I shared. I made and shared brighter lights. It's just a mod that makes the lights emit further. Does the game need mods to be good? I think that the game is good without mods. It is better with mods. There's a lot of quality of life stuff that mods bring that make the game better overall. So most of what I have is quality of life things, as well as a couple of some content additions, and one major overhaul, technically two major overhauls. One is storage rebalance. It affects all of the things that have storage containers on them, such as what I have here, which is a hyper handy. The art has changed between the hyper handy and the super handy. The super handy by default has what is normally the vanilla hyper handy space. It's a 6x6 space, and it takes oversized items. And the hyper handy is now a 6x12, double the vanilla hyper handy storage, and it also does take oversized stuff. And racks take most items, oversized items now are allowed, it is oversized. They don't take oversized items. The bays take everything, including oversized items. The bins are changed so that they have more inventory, but they don't take everything. They only can take most smaller items, and you cannot put backpacks in them anymore. So overall, bins are kind of just nerfed in this overhaul. Storage rebalance mod. But racks get a lot more inventory spaces, and the storage bay is 6x12. So that is not a mod. The thing that shows dollar values instead of dollar signs is not a mod. That is a vanilla mechanic. What you need is you need to start a game and get the business admin skill. You need to pick up the business admin skill for your character during character creation in order to see the precise dollar value of stuff. That is absolutely vanilla behavior. And is precisely why I picked up business admin during character creation. The other overhaul that I would classify as overhaul is the EVA suit mod that I have. EVA suit rework. It makes it so that all of the different color EVA suits actually are differentiated. The game that feels closest as this kind of gameplay, I mean, I guess technically, though I have not played it, would be the game that these developers previously made, called Neo Scavenger. That is probably mechanically going to be the closest to this, because this is based on the Neo Scavenger engine. Overall, but that's like talking mechanically, not in terms of this style of gameplay where we're hunting down ships and building our own ship out of the scrap parts. Not much else exactly like this, anyway. Okay, I was trying to address my dude's needs. So we need to search social network. Wait, why do I have... Oh god, that's a bug. I have 2 family needs on my character now. The game is what you want it to be. There's currently no real overarching goal in this game. I mean, there's like a general mission to obtain citizenship, but that's like practically nothing. You can obtain citizenship, you can buy property on OKLG. Like, property exists. They can get, which gives you your own private docking area. What's the thing? This one. I need to address the privacy here. Just so we're aware, I should not have 2 instances of family here. I don't know how that happened. That is a bug. One that I could fix through console commands, but I'm not going to. Oh, that actually increases privacy as well. Okay, good enough. So now if I start repairing, is that even going to have any impact on my speeds? Hey, 54 from 48. That's a difference. That's a noticeable difference. See? It absolutely affects the rates. Unfortunately, there's nothing really that I can do to address altruism. Not by myself, anyway. So I'm just topping up all the repairs of the ship. Eventually, Warstalker will release a mod that includes an item that actually repairs the stuff on your ship automatically for you. But I'm not going to hold my breath as to when that releases. I'm not going to sit here forever to repair absolutely everything right now, but let's just get a chunk of it done. Just keep getting chunks done until we're all set. And also pray that I can actually access everything on the ship, every tile. on the ship, because, yeah, that could be a problem too. And there's no chance I think I would ever play a character that didn't have all of the engineering skills from the start. I have no interest at all in playing a game where my character has like single digit multipliers to their repair speed. That's not a fun experience to me under any circumstances. I would have to be paid. Most definitely, I would have to be paid to do that. As for how much, probably at least 4 digits. Because I really just don't want to do it. Alright, I should owe... Oh, I don't? Okay. Thought I owed this shift. Apparently not. Alright, let's... Get out. Get out. Get out of here. Alright, now where am I going? There. Now go fast. Go very fast. Let's go 500. Zooming. Zooming! At 500 meters per second relative velocity. We'll get there in half an hour. Oh, goodness. Do I wish the ship had better sensor range? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that that's something that should be upgradable. Something that's more player-like facing, not some hidden mechanic in the game. Because it is a hidden mechanic in the game as far as I'm concerned. I think it can be very confusing to new players. If you go to a vessel that's pretty far away, and then when you leave, you see nothing else on the map to go to because you're out of sensor range. Like, huh? You need to... We need a visualization on this screen of the sensor range of the ship. There needs to be a circle around the ship, or like a circle on this nav map that indicates what the sensor range is. And ideally, it would also need to be upgradable through an installable item or items on the ship. Or like better versions of an installable item to further improve it. But none of that's going to happen, unfortunately. It's not happening. And who knows how much longer the developers will support the game beyond version like 1.1. Or even beyond 1.0. Having a publisher kind of just sucks for that. The thing about the antenna as it currently exists is that it's just a means of transmitting, not really receiving. It's to transmit your transponder signal, and that's all it really does. As far as I'm aware, I don't think it even is involved in the sensor system. Could be wrong, but again, it's a hidden mechanic, so how are we to know? I hate this bug. What do we got? Ooh! Jackpot! Finally! 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 We have hit the jackpot. This is 36 specialty cargo pods. That will each sell, when fully restored, for 25,000 US dollars. AKA, this one chip will bring in approximately 900,000 US dollars. If we get the full 25k, there's a little bit of variation from the shop with regards to that, but yeah, I've been wondering when the hell we were going to see this ship, because I've known that this exists. I was wondering when we'd find one. Finally, we have found one. I think we found a version that had the sections as actual internal bays, like storage, not external cargo pods. Oh, finally. Finally. All of the goals that I have just are money-related goals, so this will help a lot. This will pay off the ship mortgage. Oh, hey, and there's a nitrogen alarm. Sweet. And an oxygen alarm. I will take both of those. And I will take both of these. I will be leaving these for the moment. Because you may have noticed I have 36 of those cargo pods to take with me. Let's put that back. And this fits 8 at a time. Oh, and then there's probably pieces of reactor. There's an MHD and a core pump there to take with me. So a little bit extra cash, but really the prize, the ship here is the prize. But it's all these cargo pods. That's the main prize for this. Now the question is, do I restore these here? I guess so. Normally I would take these to the ship to restore them, because it takes a very long time. It takes a minute to restore them. So I'll probably just restore this one and uninstall and grab all the rest. Take them with me, unless they are very close to being destroyed. In which case then, yeah, I kind of don't have a choice. I don't want to lose any, if at all possible. That one's like nearly pristine, so I'll take that and restore it. You know, game, would be nice if you were not to close that window. Wish I could restore stuff that's in an inventory. That's another one of those, like, wish list items for me. Like, oh yeah, just it would be nice to be able to restore stuff that's in or on a equipment truck. Alright, so I'm gonna give an order here. Uninstall. Yo-Yo Gadget uninstall. Now, just so we all are aware of how much money I need in grand total to meet all of the goals that I have set down at the bottom down there. The ship mortgage is $714,640. Okay? Curing the immunosuppressed trait is 1 million. And then each of the, I think, 3 enhancements that you can do to your character, those are 2.5 million each. So we're talking, just for the medical stuff, 8.5 million, plus another 700 some odd for the ship mortgage. Also known as a lot. Yes, aka a lot of money. This is going to be interesting, trying to fit everything onto the ground. Primarily so I can repair it. One of these is already at 100%. You can make a lot of money through trading. Can do that. However, it requires a lot of money of initial investment. You have to spend a lot to make a lot. Which is kind of the problem inherent to the trading system. Like, sure, I could install these on my ship, but I don't have the money to fill them with stuff to trade, to actually do the trading. go down here. I can plonk one there. There. You can go there, and that frees up that. And the hallway. Alright, there's a door there. As I was saying, the hallway has some room. Yeah, but the issue with the trading is that you will have to physically travel. And that can be very dangerous in the current state of the game. Interesting. In particular because of micrometeoroids. Your ship will be damaged. 100% guaranteed. Most of the time. Confag autosave is auto-saving. What is that? This was garbage. So you need to be prepared, fully prepared, for trips to Venus. Or wherever else you want to trade. And you make more money if you have citizenship. You actually get bonuses for trading if you have citizenship. Which is another one of those, like, multi-million-dollar investments, potentially. It can be, like, a lot lower. In fact, it would be, like, 750. I think 750k is what I would need to pick up citizenship, because I have skills. If you have Starship Engineering type related skills, you can get a skill related visa. And that brings the cost down. If you don't really have skills, you would end up being forced to pick up a like business investor type visa, which costs 2 mil. Alternatively, you can make friends, and save a little cash by making friends. I think it goes down to 1 mil if you have a endorsement. Oh, and then there's more than one location to get citizenship. So you take those and you multiply by 2. Because OKLG has its citizenship, and so does Venus. And then you need like another 1.82 plus mil if you want to buy property. OKLG citizenship gives you the ability to purchase property on OKLG, which also costs an absurd amount of money. And requires a trip to Venus in order to actually purchase the citizenship in the first place. At this point in time, yes, only 2 have citizenship as far as I know. I haven't really been to the other locations, but from what I know, It is those two. And I'm going to order repair. These cargo pods. That should be that, huh? Ooh. Battery's getting low. A little bit. I'll have to swap it. I'll swap it once it's actually close to being done. But yeah, in the current state of the game, the only two places that are considered at least mostly finished would be this OKLG system, Ganymed, and the Venus stations. Of which OKLG, I guess, technically has more areas that need to be made available, or at least are hinted as areas to be available. It's just what's there is done as of right now. And all of the other areas, all the other stations in the game are not on the agenda until after 1.0, like until 1.1 of the game. 1.0 is not going to see finished areas of the map, of the solar system, because the focus... that was a floor destroyed from my own inventory. The focus is on adding the fire system into the game along with ship combat for 1.0. And not actually fleshing out the content of the game. That's going to be 1.1 and beyond, for as long as the developers feel like working on it. Or as long as the publisher will allow them to continue working on it. Because yes, what was going to be version 0.15 with that system update, system as in game mechanics update, has been renamed to 1.0. Just somewhat arbitrary, just so that they could say that they can officially release in 2025, as demanded by the publisher. Absolutely blame the publisher, not the developer, for that decision. In my opinion, that is a complete mistake. But they have until the end of the year, until the end of this year, to release 1.0. Yeah, the social combat system is just not good. And that's what it's called, by the way. It's called the social combat system. It's not good as implemented. And they need to like fix what's here. That's what they're doing right now. Is they're fixing what's here, supposedly. And It's just I think that process of fixing what's here is going to necessarily need to involve redoing a lot of the stuff that's here, so that it's actually fun and works. And I've said this before, this entire inventory management system needs to be changed. It's far too tedious to work with this inventory management system. It's tedious and buggy. And buggy. Two big things. Buggy and tedious. To work with all of these nested inventories. The whole nested inventory thing needs to just go away. Or at least not have it implemented in this way. I want one screen that can show every inventory that I have. And if an inventory is a sub-inventory of another system, it should be a drop-down list. Exactly like when you're selling stuff. It needs to be like what you get when you sell things, just a smaller window, but still one window that shows what you are actively carrying at that time, and only what you are actively carrying at that time, rather than everything on your ship. There should also be a console that you can put onto your ship that you can access that shows you all of the stuff that is on your ship and all of the inventories on your ship through the drop-down menu system. An interactable thing that just effectively brings up the sell menu without the ability to sell things, but to see what you have. That would be great. Is it going to happen? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have zero expectation that any of that will happen. We will have to live with this shitty nested inventory system that makes it very easy for all of your stuff to get lost into the ether until the end of time, and that requires you to spend an action, spend a turn, basically, to open up an inventory. Ugh. I fucking hate D&D mechanics like this. This game is actually built very specifically to mirror some D&D mechanics, and I'm like thinking to myself, no, God, no, not on single-player games. Not in single-player games. This is not good, actually. The worst part of every game that I ever played that has D&D mechanics is the D&D mechanics. Like, Knights of the Old Republic, fantastic game. For the exception of all of the D&D mechanics. They just suck. You don't need mechanics designed for live action multiplayer in a single player experience. They do not mesh well at all, actually. And no, I could not be paid to play Baldur's Gate 3. No one could pay me enough money to purchase and play Baldur's Gate 3. That is not happening. In fact, beyond the mechanics, just not liking the mechanics in general of that system, I don't like how they've told their story, and I don't like the animation style of the game. I don't like the animations. They go... It looks like everyone is a stage performer in that game. Everything is overly done. It makes it look fake. It looks fake to me. It does not look at all believable in any of the acting that is done in that game. Everything that I've seen, it just awkward and overdone. And I don't like it. I don't like the game. So I'm not buying. I didn't buy it, and I won't play it. Just not for me. I don't like those mechanics, and I don't like any game that is isometric click to move. Just in general, as another thing, I don't really like the top down move places turn based style game. I don't like it. Not at all. Not at all. In this game, by the way, this is a turn-based game. If anyone says this is a real-time game, it is not a real-time game. This is not a real-time game. It is not a real-time game at all. It is absolutely turn-based. Every action you take is a turn that is represented by units of time. It is exactly the same as D&D. It is exactly the same as D&D. In D&D, the turns represent specific units of time. When every action has a specific amount of minimum time that it takes, you are now a turn-based game. And not a real-time game. When it takes a specific action that takes a specific amount of time just to open a single inventory window, you are a turn-based game. I think we're almost done with these repairs. We are now done with these repairs. Hallelujah, that took a while. Now, I don't really have enough actual storage space for 38 or 36, excuse me, of these in my storage bays. I would kind of need to fill entirely all 4 of my storage bays, or 3 of them plus the hyper handy. So yeah, I'm kind of just done now. Anyway, there's still stuff on the ship, but I should take care of my character's needs. My character needs to eat and drink and use the restroom. And brush their teeth, because they just ate. Oh yeah, earlier, I was talking about the hygiene station mod, how that came up. The whole point of me talking about that was that I made a loot file that uses FFU Beyond Reach features for the hygiene station mod, and it is available in the hygiene station mod thread. So you can use that if you're also using more doors, as well as get the more doors loot file, so that if you're when using FFU Beyond Reach, and when using those loot files for those 2 mods, you will be able to have all of the doors and the hygiene station available at the same time in the OKLG furnishing shop. So I am not running the hygiene station, because frankly it is unnecessary with the current balance of the game, because Toothbrush is kind of OP, yo. Still, let me make sure that mods work with each other. And I have shared multiple loot files that are edited to use the FFU Beyond Reach features. So that the mods are more intercompatible with each other. I have shared multiple files across multiple mods to add support for that. Anyway, I think these are the only things that are in here besides... I think that's the only stuff I actually wanted from this ship besides the cargo pods, so I'm now done. This ship looks a bit, yeah, without all of its cargo pods. It looks a bit like a pencil with wings. A pencil with a couple of balls and wings. Yes, this ship is literally a flying penis with testicles. Guess we're going back to OKLG now. Not much else I can really do. Yeah, this ship was pretty far away, actually, from OKLG. Glad we came out. I'll need to be a bit careful on my approach, though. There may be wrecks in the way. On OKLG, by the time we get there, we'll be a little bit further down. I still have not come across a one of Athalan mod's ships. Part of me is kind of not really expecting to actually find one during this playthrough, just due to the nature of how the game handles respawning the ships around OKLG. But you never know. We might find something at some point. More ships have been added in Athalan's mods than in Zaria. So I'm actually more likely to find an Athalan ship than a Zaria, even though I just found a Zaria. Even though I literally just had found it as one of the Zaria ships. Alright, OKLG, looks like we threaded this needle. Slow down for me. And that's the warning for the asteroid. Clamp. We have arrived. Alright, now to load up the dolly. Because in order to actually get the full value from these, I have to take them 8 at a time Pretty much. To the kiosk. Now, how much is it going to be paying me this time? 27,000 each. That's 972,000 USD. Meaning that I will have more than 1 million in my bank. Oh, really? You didn't fix this one. You didn't actually fix this one. Please do that. Be quick about it. But yeah, that's definitely a jackpot ship. Full stop. It's the one that is worth the most money of all of the wrecks in the game, as far as I tell. Even Athalan's ships, there is one that has a bunch of cargo pods on it, but it is a mix of different types of cargo pods, not the specialty alone. The value here is that these are specialty pods. So while one of the ship classes added by Athalan's mods is called the Elephant, and it has like more than 60, I think. Pretty sure it has more than 60 cargo pods on it. Not all of them are specialty. In fact, some are basic, and some only have one of the one of the blah. They're either climate controlled or they're radiation shield, and not both. Specialty is both climate controlled and radiation shielded. And that just determines what types of items you're allowed to put in them. I get down here. Over here. Of course, there's going to be like a +2. Come on. I need to remember to mute the proximity alarm when I get into OKLG. Never remember that, which means that mouse, come on. Which means that I end up having the clock, the time goes back to ×1 whenever there's a proximity alarm. And then there should be actually 2 more. Yeah. $1,030,541.05. Goodbye, mortgage. Our ship has been paid off. That is a goal met. I could also cure Insomniac for a mill, but I'm not going to do that. That's not happening. Not in the slightest would I ever cure Insomniac. Oh yeah. Also, Follower is a good trait, and Leader is a bad trait. Why? Because the Follower trait makes it so that some of your, at least one of your social needs reduces slower. Whereas Leader makes your social needs decay faster. I don't know about you, but any trait that makes your social needs decay faster is a horrible trait. And any trait that makes your needs decay slower is a fantastic trait. Anyway, Mescaform. We have other stuff to sell. Not that much extra stuff to sell. I was not actually out for all that long this time. One of these days, I'll find purple coveralls. One of these days, we will find one. Please close UI and try again. Really, that's the first time I've ever seen that. There you are. Oh, you're not buying storage bays. Oh wow, you're not buying those either? Buying these. But yeah, you see all these other buttons you can't click for the station. Yeah, those are all like previews of what is supposed to come. But probably will never happen at this point. Anyway, get rid of the trash. And the trash from my inventory. That'd be great too. Sell the extra bay. I have no use for it. I just sold all those oxygen tanks, and I kind of needed one. Kind of needed one of those. Oh well. We'll find it at the next wreck. Alright, what stuff do I need to resupply with? Or what do I need more of? Do I really actually need it more of anything? Probably not. Might want to swap out my suit batteries. Oh. Right. And I guess there's not even really much point to carry around suit batteries. There is a point for the oxygen bottles, but not really for the suit batteries. So you need to charge a battery. Oh right, I was gonna buy more of you. Yeah, I was gonna try to have like 4 at least spares. That's what we'll spend a little money on right now. We'll get some more of the top-end batteries here. Alahi Precision Systems. That way I have plenty of spares for all of the tools. Alright. Right, I have a civilian helmet to sell. And a gun. That's in here. Sell that. And sell that. Not much money, but better than nothing. Still ending up with over 300 grand in our inventory. So we need to make another 700 grand, at least, to cure immunosuppressed. So, yeah, let's go and find another one of those jackpot ships. Sounds like a great idea to me. Let's go get another jackpot ship. Alright, we ended up on this side. Wonderful. Go to that one. Hey, it's much easier to move now. $2.77 up to. Right. Really, 1.96. And I'm not even fully loaded on the ship. I guess I really do need more thrusters. Again with this bug that they introduced patch before last. Hey, thank you so much for the raid of 1. We just hit a a jackpot ship. We're just leaving OKLG from acquiring over 900,000 USD after finding a ship that had 36 specialty cargo pods. So that paid off the mortgage for my ship, all on its own. It's a relatively rare vanilla ship class. Pretty sure it's a vanilla ship class. Oh, hey, it's you. We haven't seen one of these in a while. At least I haven't seen one of these spawn in a while. What is your official name? This is the 2053 Ryoka CR53B. Yeah, but yeah, that one that has like 36 specialty cargo pods, it's always insane whenever it shows up. Oh goodness, yeah, you're gonna need to have a lot more fuel to get out to those other planets. I've only got like 2 helium canisters on my ship right now. I'm gonna need to have a few more before I would want to try to leave. To even attempt to go to Venus. And, you know, lots of spare walls. Lots of spare walls. And carry a lot of food and a lot of water, etc., etc., etc. Hey. EDA. I like finding money that's just lightweight, non-massive amounts of non-massive money. Just lots of money, low mass. I need probably more than 10% oxygen, ideally. Ooh, hello. Repair you. Ah, that's weird. Store. Uninstall. Yoink. Go there. Alright. Anything of value in any of these bins? Nope. Now I'm gonna be taking my sweet time. Auto air vent? Before I even think about going to Venus or just using the torch drive in general, it's very finicky. Weird. I don't think I've ever noticed any derelict that actually has an auto air vent. I've never noticed this specific ship class having an auto air vent before. I was thinking that that was just something you could only ever buy from the furnishing depot. That's just a basic helmet. What do we got? Is this ship actually going to have anything useful? Scrap the door. If I ever remember to keep grabbing those. Oh hey, it's a helium tank. Let's take that with me. Eventually, one of these days, I may look into adding the mod that lets me fix backpacks, restore backpacks. There is a sewing mod that even adds like a sewing skill into the game. But I don't know. I don't know. It's I think it's a little outdated. Needs a bit of extra work. Is there anything even outside on any of these? No. Nothing in the cargo webs. This is why we check. This is why we check these things. Wow. Huge corner rack with nothing. And very little left of the reactor as well. That kind of blows. But hey, at least we got the nav station and a helium canister out of it. That was not what I wanted to restore. This was to repair. Did I check this rack? I don't remember. I've already forgotten. Nothing of value, either way. Alright, over in this section of the ship. This big room of nothing. Wonderful. A giant room of absolutely jack all! And a room of floors and walls back here. Without anything of value. Okay. Your game. Time to go. Yeah, I am absolutely going to sell the helium canister. I'm actually not currently looking at expanding my ship even further to be able to really go to Venus. Yeah, always have to check the amount of CO2 in this canister, especially if you are running extra crew. This can will fill up faster than you expect, and all of a sudden it'll go boom. and you'll be wondering, like, what the hell just happened? Hello? Use. You. Also, zoom to me. Thank you. Let's go up. Let's go up to that one. Explore some other areas around Ganymede. Preferably without clipping the edge of that ship. That'd be pretty ideal. So what's this gonna be? Are we finally gonna find an Athalan ship? I don't know. Let's find out. One of these days, I will find an Athalan ship. Whoa. Lag? Autosave? I really need to change the autosave frequency. It's way too high. Lag? I blame lag for this. Exclusively. Alright, what the hell are you? The one that could have had 2 Muiras and has none. In fact, you're just kind of disappointing. Oh well. You could have had 2 Hydras! And the nav station. But no, we get nothing. Nothing at all. You better have good stuff in your racks. And bins. You better have like a, one of my current EVA suits. Spec Ops suit. You better have a Spec Ops suit in here. I keep finding ammo for stuff I'm not even using. Spec Ops suit, or I would also accept purple coveralls. I would accept finding one of those in here. That would redeem this ship. But I have my doubts. Why do these sellers have nothing? Oh hey, at least there's a CO2 scrubber, although it is broken. We'll repair that. Store it. Uninstall it. Fine. Repair the pellet feeder. Okay, that's this part of the ship. Anything of value, please show yourself as soon as possible. Sigh. It's not even worth going over here, but... Oh, hey. A PDA. I'll take it. It could have data worth 10,000. Could. Maybe. We shall see. Well, that was disappointing. Come on, game. I hate when it does that. Where it takes an input that I made before the thing opened and then moves the ship as if it was open the entire time. And then it complains about you moving without having the tow embrace engaged. It's like, well, I wasn't pushing the button to move when the window was open. The window was closed when I did that input, and then it opened and did the input anyway. That's what happens every time, by the way, every time. Every time that red message pops up, it's for that reason. I don't think we've actually come across a rotating ship at this point. I'm pretty sure that that was actually caused by a bug that was fixed with the game a few patches ago. There's some issue with docking and angular momentum and stuff that was a little wacky, that was fixed. And since it was fixed, I have yet to come across a wreck that was spinning when I docked to it. But if you do come across a wreck that is spinning, even if you don't have a towing brace, you can still hold the R key, which arrests the spin. And it will not do damage to the vessel you're docked to, or yourself. Even though it will come up with a red message saying that it will cause damage, it does not actually do that. Using R doesn't damage your ship when docked. So if you wanted to spin your ship, you might be able to do that. Oh gosh, so this is... It's a circle. This... Hold up, that... is a Zaria! That is a different Zaria ship! I knew that looked a little familiar. It's like, is that a different Zaria? Yes, it's the Zaria Taurus HCL. I don't think we've seen this one yet. This is the Horseshoe Crab ship. I shall deem you Horseshoe Crab. You could have had a Hydra here, but you have a Hydra here. Oh boy. What about on the other side? Is it mirrored? No. Unfortunate. It's not mirrored. But hey, I'll take a Mira Hydra. I will absolutely take a Hydra. Looks like there's quite a bit of the reactor left as well. Also very nice. No pirates either. Oh, there's a bin. Gotta go for the bins. Wow. Can't believe I've actually come across a different Zaria ship. Even before coming across an Athalan one. Scrap the door. What's out here? Oh. What's out here is outside. The outside. Duh. Oh, you have a lot of thrusters. I may be taking those. Oh, you could have had 3. That's what I'm taking from these floor tiles here. I think there's actually a place here that could have had a middle Hydra. But it didn't spawn on this one. That's okay. We at least got one. I will gladly take it. Right, uninstall that. Install you. Take them. Let's see. Oh yes, uninstall you. And that one. There's all the nitrogen cans that I'll need for that. Oh, hey, it's another motor box from the cassette mod. I don't really need it. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to take any of these that are not broken or not damaged. If it just needs a restore, I will take it with me. And these I will install on my ship. Because I do need a bit more oomph. I'm going to imagine that there's more on the other side as well. What's in the fridge? Just normal stuff on this one? No special, like, theme here? Because the chariot is full of vodka. Makes me wonder, what's this one's theme going to be? Another Atmos scrubber to repair. Good. Store this capacitor. Grab this electronics. Grab the random PDA that was just on the floor. How many heat sinks do I need? A few, apparently. Alright, so the reactor core is unfortunately damaged. I will repair it. There's no field coils here. Another instance of a reactor core without field coils. Yeah, how's my print doing? Done. Oh, it's not done. It ran out of filament. Okay, need to work on that once the stream is over. I thought it had enough filament. I'm surprised. Oh well. It's only like the second time I've ever had it run out of filament on me during a print. But we only have about 19 minutes left in the stream anyway, so I'll let it sit. Alright, take all those. That's good money. It's not going to be anywhere near the kind of money that we just got, though, for those cargo pods. Let's keep on seeing these parts. Really? Why did you close that window? Why would you do this to me? Okay, what's over here? Not much. Not much. Oh, that door actually goes outside. Takes you to the antennas. Oh. Oh, these are hardened antennas. Yeah, I kind of want to grab it. At least one of them. Sorry, what? Um. Odd. Weird. Okay. It like couldn't get to it for whatever reason. So I want that for me, actually. That thing is big. Really? 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 Nothing? Nothing of value. Hmm. Well, I think I got what I want from here. How much are you worth? I'm sorry, what? 9,020? That's not much for an object of that size. Hmm. Not going to be worth repairing, I think, the other one. Oh, you don't really have that many thrusters on this side. Hmm. And me thinking stuff is going to be mirrored when it's not. That's only oversized stuff. No. Alright, you. Why? Why? Why do you keep closing? You drag go. Everything else I'm installing on my ship. Ooh. Unfortunate. I can't actually put you there. Oh well. So I'll have to put it like here. What? Oh, that's the cooler. Right. He'll go there. Can't help but notice my dude isn't moving. There we go. Yeah, we'll leave the other one for now. Alright. So ideally that's supposed to not get damaged all that easily. But we'll see about that. Oh, I never did... I never did the power to that. Let's not forget that this time. Yeah. Install. Power. This conduit. There, now we can actually use these hydras. Glorious. Beautiful stuff. So that's 4. I'm gonna not put more this way. Ta-da! Alright. We're done with that. And we're done with this ship. Congratulations, that's our first instance of this particular craft type class of ship. put us on this side. Really? Really, you put me on this side of the ship? Here, go to that one. Or... yeah, go to that one. The best way to get there. This way. Okay. Fill that cross velocity and go forward. Alright, anything in our way? No. Good. This will probably be the last one that we dock to, unless it happens to be a small ship that's been completely destroyed. So we've had a few of those. It'd be odd that it would be so far away, though. The lag doesn't help. So that just leaves one more of the Zaria ships that we haven't seen. There are 3 Zaria ship types. And like close to 10 of the fallen ones. Although a couple of those are starter ships, we may not see them. But I don't think we see them. I think we see like 8 as derelicts. And some of them might not show up around ALG. No docking clearance. Hate that bug. Hate it so much. Okay. What are you? A Ryoka CR43 Indie retrofit. Ah. One of these. We've seen one of these before. It has a storage bay that's broken. It has a reactor with field coils under it that are damaged, and a fuel regulator, a cryo pump, an MHD, and a laser array. No laser capacitor. Got a helium-3 tank with some stuff in it. A deuterium tank, unfortunately mostly empty. That could have been 100 grand if it weren't empty. Bunks aren't valuable enough to take, but the med bed I will take. What is this overlay button? Push F8. F8 on the keyboard. You push it twice to bring up this screen. And then 4 more times to set it back to normal. Oh, it'd be nifty if I was actually wearing my helmet. Wait a couple seconds here. Put our helmet on. I hate when it does that stupidity with the temperature. There we go. Alright, what we got? In the bins. Jack all. Okay. How about this bin? Nothing. I need to see. See, this door, I'm not allowed to pry. Why am I not allowed to pry open this door specifically? Yes, that's the EVA suit one is from the EVA rework mod, and the Testudo one, the equipment truck, the dolly one, that one's from Storage Rebalance, both of which are in the FFU mod pack. So if you go to the Discord, the FFU mod pack thread will have both of those mods. Any more must-haves? Thinking. I mean, those are two, like, the main two overhaul type mods. I've got a lot of quality of life stuff otherwise. I mean, you could consider these somewhat quality of life, but the point is that it's like, what would I never really run the game without? You know? What would I never run the game without? All of the mods that are just outside of these. I could play vanilla. There's nothing that's absolutely fundamentally necessary, I think. I mean, having brighter lights, which is a mod that I produced or I made, is useful. Having larger stack sizes for the conduit is useful. That's in the AITweaksDrink mod, and some other mods improve it too. Having access to additional door types is good. Having the ability to buy hyper handies is good. Again, that's one that I produced and shared. The hyper handy for sale mod gives it a 20% chance for a hyper handy to be available for sale at the OKLG supply kiosk, and adds a guaranteed spawn to Testudo vendors. It sells like 5 of them at a time, I think, and gives it a 1% chance. I think it's a 1% chance to spawn a hyper handy in derelict, like airlock defined areas. Specifically, got no thingy there. Another door to scrap. That's just that by default, the hyper handy is only available in like very specific set locations, and there's only, I think, two or three in the entire game, and none of which are available in a place where they would actually be useful by the time you get them. by the time you would be able to get them, just by way of how the game is currently designed. With you starting at Ganymed as a shipbreaker. This career path, technically, it's supposed to be just one of many that the game is supposed to eventually have, but that's apparently not going to be in the cards for version 1.0. However, that being said, we have reached the end of the stream for today. We will be finishing up the salvaging of this wreck next time, and moving on to other wrecks as I continue to look for money. I continue to need money. I need infinite money. I need a lot. But as we continue to work towards the goals of now curing immunosuppressed and potentially getting the enhancements, I'm not so sure if I want to get all the enhancements, because that would extend the stream by a lot. Definitely, I think we can keep playing to the 1 mil, but the series might be ending there. We shall see about that. It does get repetitive. It does get repetitive, and if we've seen most / all of the vanilla ships that can spawn, then it just becomes doing the same thing over and over again until we have enough money to do one arbitrary thing that's not really going to be particularly relevant because we had to do a lot to get there. Right, and so it's just opening us up to do the same thing, just without having like immunosuppressed. If we've lived through it with the game the whole time to get there, then why can't we just stick with it? Anyway, that's where we're gonna end things off. Thank you all for watching the Spin and Talk show. But if you've enjoyed the stream, do all the social stuff below the video. I will be back on Tuesday with more. I hope to see you all then. Making sure I save.